Now, as you know, we play politics hard here. Why? Because it's about the future of the country. You also know how strong a critic I have been of this government. But if you're sitting down, I'm about to say something nice about them. Federal Parliament last week debated legislation which is a good idea. Now, people whose babies don't make it all the way through, and things like stillbirth, that means you still have to give birth to a baby that may well have already passed, or a baby that passes during the process of childbirth. Well, all sides of politics have got together and they are going to approve parental leave, the same amount of time that you would be spending normally with a baby, as part of the beginnings. There's never a healing process, but the beginnings of the coping process when the worst possible thing takes place. Now, you know why I care about this, but you also know that you may know somebody in your world, and it may well even have been you many years ago, or maybe you might be watching us right now after coming home and visiting family in hospital. This is a good idea. It's a good idea. It's a decent idea. I know there are some conversations on the very edge of this that have tried to pull this into the abortion conversation. Well, it's not about that. It is about stillbirth. It is about people who lose their babies. And, well, of course, believe me, it is, again, a process that you never heal from. But, again, finding your sea legs to be able to begin to cope and to get the support, the idea that you will be able to have the same paternal and same maternal leave, it's a good idea. So thank you to everyone who supported it, the idea, pushed it through Parliament. This was a good idea. Again, strength and love to everyone who deals with it, either very fresh or very much in the past. It hurts, and it hurts forever. Now, as you know, we care a lot about how older Australians are dealt with, and sometimes poorly dealt with, by our country. And there's been a story which has been floating around for a couple of weeks, and I wanted to take some time to talk about it here on Sunday night. The Older Persons Advocacy Network has done a great job in putting together some data that has gone into a story to talk about the number of people who should be in aged care, but aren't in aged care for a whole collection of different reasons, but they are just being left in hospitals. Now, this, of course, has the flow-on effect about hospital beds that are unable to be offered to people who will be coming in and out faster. But can I read a little bit from this story, because it is really important? Again, you're not going to see this stuff on the 6 p.m. news. You're not going to see most people leading their shows with it for obvious reasons, but it's important. And again, it's just a way of you knowing that we see you on this side of the camera, okay? Elderly people are being put up in hotels by overburdened hospitals and are being chased by debt collectors, and alarming signs that the aged care system, again, is in crisis. Remember, we've had a Royal Commission. How many reports do we need to know? But yet again, the same stuff happens. Yet a concerning new trend, residential facilities, which in some parts of the country are nearly at capacity, they've begun screening potential new residents and rejecting those deemed more difficult, including mental illness. But what about this one? Imagine knocking somebody back because of dementia, let alone somebody who is obese, overweight, or somebody who smokes, neither of which are illegal. All because they're in the too hard basket. Literally human beings being put into the too hard basket by some parts of the aged care system. It's a disgrace. Meanwhile, delays in providing home care packages, meaning if any of those people are able to stay in their home for as long as possible, they're not getting the chance to do it. Why? Because there are not enough packages which are being approved. It means thousands of older people are ending up in hospitals in crisis situations, but then can't be discharged because no aged care bed or support is in place in their home. Would it surprise you that the person who had responsibility of this area for the past 3 years would be the same prima donna that was running around trying to pretend nothing to see here, I'm the new minister when it comes to Optus? The one who's got so many tickets on herself because of her job as the communications and sports minister. So many freebies, she's now got tickets on herself. Oh, she was a hard worker, this one. In between football games, in between the Melbourne Cup. But of course, to discuss any of that somehow is sexist. I'm waiting for that response in the next little while. This used to be her job. On her watch, it's got worse, not better. And I don't care what anyone who supports her or politics of her decision-making tells me in reverse.